Everybody, it's Tyler here at the Haunted Event, checking in team number 6277, Hardwired, coming in from New York. I love Hardwired's robot. You got to take a look at all the packaging that goes into this machine here. Of course, we're talking about that intake as we follow that tri-ball journey. Their ratchet that they're doing as well. Talk about a really cool blocker that I like. All this coming up here on Pits and Parts. This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following. The Robotics Education and Competition Foundation provides fantastic programs for students from elementary school all the way through college. These include VEX, aerial drone competition, online challenges, JROTC, girl-powered, scholarships, certifications, and so much more. To discover these exciting opportunities, visit recf.org and get connected. Megan, let's start off with your intake here. Talk to me about what's gone into it and some just the design philosophy behind what you created.
Yeah, so we knew going at the start that we didn't want our intake to connect to our catapult to kind of make our robot a little bit unique. We also knew that the intake would probably be out of size, so we had to figure out a way for us to keep it in size at the start of the match. So that is what this string is right here. So at the beginning of our match, it will deploy, like if you want to show that, to put us in size. Now, since we don't have to go backwards for our intake to let our tri-balls out, we can just drive into the tri-ball. And if we want to score it into the goal, we drive up to it and we just go back and it lets it out.
Looking at your intake, I love the use of compliant wheels that you're doing here as well.
Yeah.
What different options did you try when building your robot that led you to use this type of wheel?
I mean, we've kind of known from previous years we were really comfortable with the flywheels, and we just tested out the different strengths to see what would work best with the shape of the tri-ball, to see what would hold it the best and allow us to move better.
As we continue on your robot here, let's talk about the ratchet area you have. I watched your last match. Phenomenal job by you. Katie, talk to me more about what's gone into those mechanisms.
Yeah, sure. So we have a unique system with our ratchet. So we were all competing in spin-up last year, and we had a catapult on our robot. And so what we noticed last year was sometimes our catapult would get jammed, and we would not be able to use our catapult for the rest of the match. So this was a solution that we came up with where, let's say that we're match loading or something, and for some reason it starts lower, right? So then it gets to the bottom and it hasn't yet reached its slip on the slip gear, meaning that it's jammed, right? So what this will do, this is where we have our ratchet system. If it gets jammed, we can actually fire this piston like that, and it actually releases the ratchet in here, which will let the jammed catapult glide nicely back up to the top, resetting the system, and then we can reload it. Yep.
I love that concept behind of always being prepared for multiple scenarios for things. Looking at trying to get your ratchet and everything packaged into your robot there, you have a what I call a pretty beefy robot overall. How did you approach trying to get your catapult just in the packaging and in your robot the way that you wanted?
Yeah, sure. So this year, this is like the smallest robot that I've ever worked on personally.
All right.
I had a very big robot last year on my team. So what we tried to do was we really worked hard to keep this space organized in here, right? So we color-coded our wires, and our pneumatics is all color-coded, right? You see colors on here. And so we tried to keep it very organized while keeping it compact and very strong and durable. So we connect our catapult up here to the other systems on our robot in lots and lots of places, so it's very durable and strong. And when we attached this ratchet, we wanted to make sure that it connected in very strong ways all throughout the robot in various
Blake,
places.
as we wrap up on your robot here, one of the things I loved watching on the field is that you have a lot of offensive capability, but you also got a great blocker as well too. And I love to see this come out as well, because you're actually getting a little bit more, I think, than what some other teams are doing with their blockers. So talk to me about how this process works.
So for our blocker, we wanted to do something a little more unique than everyone else, because the typical blocker is you just have something on top of the robot and then you lift it up. But the problem with that is that it's very easy to get stuck. It's very easy to get stuck because if you have that up and someone pushes you under that elevation bar, you could get wedged under it. And also when it's up like that, you're not really able to use the catapult. It's basically disabled. Our blocker corrects this. So if I were to fire this like that, you can see it actually is double. It has two working pouches. So this gear right here is hard mounted to the robot. So when this spins, this gear does not. And because of the rotation of this, if these gears are all free spinning, there's a gear here connects to a chain that runs up into another gear, which connects to this gear, which is connected to this part right here, and that allows us to get a little extra reach, making a blocker over 22 inches high. And we found in our last match that was really, really effective.
Yeah, and like I said, watching the last match, I love the overall strategy that your team brings as well. So 6277C Hardwired. Of course, good luck here at Haunted, but congratulations on an awesome robot. I can't wait to see what you bring for the entire season. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye.
This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following. The Robotics Education and Competition Foundation provides fantastic programs for students from elementary school all the way through college. These include VEX, aerial drone competition, online challenges, JROTC, girl-powered, scholarships, certifications, and so much more. To discover these exciting opportunities, visit recf.org and get connected. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on our new videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Most live shows can be found on the First Updates Now YouTube channel, live competitions at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow, and join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow. Check our other social offerings on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.